Okay, we have to get into this Kai Cenat thing. This is going to be involved. A Twitch streamer, which, by the way, I was thinking about this weekend. This is good publicity for Twitch.
Yeah, it's about the only good publicity they're getting at this point, but you're right. That's decent publicity. People
are going to see the Kai Cenat, downtown, like, New York riot, and they're going to go, holy shit, there's weird stuff popping off over on Twitch. I better go check it out. And you might get a few people off of that. But this Kai Cenat offered to give away, what, PS5s?
Yeah.
In Manhattan.
The worst bait ever. And it fucking chummed the waters for these greedy people.
And, I don't know. And people write this to me from time to time. I'm willing to believe them. I'm starting to think all these popular Twitch streamers have to be like CIA plants or something. Like, they don't do anything. They're immensely popular. They have no talent. Like, say what you want about this show. You hate this show, whatever. I think everybody can agree, even the people who hate it, there's no reason this show shouldn't be bigger than it is. It's better than so many other shows. It's funnier than so many other people. Kai Cenat, Hasan Piker, all these people, they don't do anything. They sit there and then they don't even say anything. It's just literally dumb shit. And
Hasan gives you bad takes. I don't know about Kai Cenat. Is Kai Cenat a gamer? Because that's the other fun thing. When you have someone who's like, especially on Twitch, because it's big for that, you have someone who's a game streamer. It's like there's two types of game streamers. Game streamers who people just apparently watch for some reason. Usually they're women. And then game streamers who are entertaining. So it's like, if this guy's just someone who just sits there and plays the game, then I just like, who cares?
Right. Or like Hasan Piker, we're going to play a clip of him. He's fucking eating. He's got a fork and he's got a dish and he's watching this news story on his stream and he's just going. And they're sitting there eating while they're supposed to be doing a show. Either people are too fucking stupid, and this just passes for popular, which you can't deny, or these people are planted. Like, these people are, like, part of some greater cosmic scheme, right? Because, again, and I will 100% admit that this is sour grapes. There's no reason this show shouldn't be bigger than it is. I mean, am I better than, what's his name, than Hasan Piker? Absolutely. Funnier, number one, he has no sense of humor. And two, whether you agree with them or not, more informed, better takes on the news and shit that's going on. And more charismatic. So like, the fact that this guy's popular does sometimes, when I look at it, piss me off. And now you got this Kai Cenat thing. I mean, look. If you can get a riot started in New York City, you've got to be relatively popular. But again, for what? Let's check it out. Let's see. And then we've got Hasan Piker's terrible take on this whole thing. So he offered. Now, a lot of people are putting the blame, tisk tisk on Kai for this whole thing. Yep. You can lead a horse to a PS5. That doesn't mean you can make them riot. This is not Kai's fault. This is the fault of the people who are fans of his. This is the crowd he attracts. These are the quality of person.
But you don't know that? You don't know that? I mean, think about it, Aaron. Why are you banning phones at the anniversary show? Because you know who's going to be there, and you know the people and how they'll behave, and you're like, you know what? How about we don't record every moment of it?
Right.
And that's just
a good point.
So you have no idea, like, hey, I'm going to offer this PS5, and they'll all gather and get in line and wait patiently, and they won't beat each other up or push each other out of the way or be, no, it's mine, because they need their toy. Like, I'm sure they'll be mature adults.
You know what? You convinced me. Kai Cenat should have. I mean, obviously, he should have never done this. It should have been organized. You should have had an event with permits and made it like a whole day out of it, like a festival type of thing. Not just have people gather in Union Square and then obviously just start beating the shit out of each other and then, jumping on cars and destroying vehicles and all kinds of shit. I mean, it turned into a real embarrassment for New York City, is what it turned into. I mean,
and humanity. Because all it took to get you guys to behave this way was not the actual acquisition of, the promise of a PS5. Because I'm pretty sure nobody got their PlayStation today.
Oh, no. If maybe 50 people got them if they started handing them out. But I wouldn't be surprised if the fighting and the brawling and the rioting started before he even got there. Let's take a look. Let's find out what happened. If you don't know about this story, a Twitch streamer started a riot in New York City, which, God bless.
After those stunning scenes in Union Square, thousands of kids and teenagers ran wild in the streets, hoping to get a free PlayStation console. It was sparked by a social media influencer who now faces charges for inciting a riot. Police made dozens of arrests yesterday. Tonight, the NYPD is trying to track down several suspects who damaged police property.
All right.
We're not supposed to mention or talk about it.
We're not going to talk about. Okay. I'm just keeping it up there so people can, find these people and, get them off the streets so they're not a danger to themselves or the public. That's all I'm doing. But I think we're starting to see the demographic of Mr. Cenat and, who he appeals to. So I'm guessing that his content has a lot to do with like reaction videos where he goes, "Oh my God. Oh shit, you guys, that is great. Oh shit. Oh." I don't understand how like black reaction streamers get so incredibly is that all it takes for people? Is just a guy looking at stuff and going, "Oh shit." I
For some people, apparently.
Incredible, man. I get jealous and I get mad when I see stuff like this because I go, my show would obviously never appeal to people retarded enough to go start a riot in Union Square. But unfortunately, it kind of gives you a window into where the world is at. And that's where the big audiences are. The big audiences who just enjoy a morning show, a comedy show, things like that. That is a smaller group of people than the people who want to run amok and go ape shit and crazy and fuck shit up in Union Square. That's where the money is. That's where the audience is.
Yeah, but I think it's humanity, man. Like, even kids are that way. Like, my daughter loves watching shit on YouTube, which are really horrible videos of people playing with toys. And just because she loves the Bluey toy, she loves watching the videos are horrible. The audio seems like for some reason they weird clip pasta put in. Like, you guys don't really speak English all the time. It's strange. Yeah. I just feel like this is a Chinese like thing to manipulate young people.
If you're a Kai fan, we're gonna clip this. If you're a Kai fan or a Hasan fan and you're watching this and you're just gonna go, "Oh, you fucking hater, you're jealous." Absolutely, 100%, because you're so fucking stupid that you've skewed the algorithm that well put together, funny, entertaining shows get 700 people watching them at a time versus a guy who goes, "Oh shit, oh fuck, that's too crazy, oh." People like you, that's your level, that's your threshold that you can hold for entertainment. That's it. Anything higher than that, your head explodes and you get a migraine and you can't process that much. So this guy becomes immensely popular. All right, continue on.
Property. Here's ABC's Rena Roy.
Tonight, hours after violent pandemonium, social media influencer Kai Cenat hit with 3 charges.
Kai Cenat. People are going to shit on me. They're like, "Name's Kai Cenat." I don't give a shit. He's Kai Cenat. You don't even know his name. You have no idea how happy I am that is the first time I've heard his name said out loud. You have no idea what a personal victory for me that is.
Felony riot causing public injury or damage, inciting a riot, and unlawful assembly. Thousands rushing to Manhattan.
See, like some dipshit in a hoodie turning on a Twitch stream should not be ushered into a Suburban by a security guard. A guy like that should not command crowds of people like this. You had to be John fucking Kennedy. That's what the F stood for, by the way. You had to be John fucking Kennedy. Wouldn't that be awesome? You elect the president. It's like, my name is John fucking Kennedy. Kennedy! So you had to be like the Beatles. You had to play music. You had to do things to get this level of riot going. Now you have to turn on a Twitch stream and go, oh shit, that dude's straight booty, look at them shoes, oh shit. And people go, aha, oh Ka, that's so true. I didn't even look at that guy's shoe, Ka. Oh, this dude crazy, man, this guy ignorant. Oh shit, is he funny? He's not.
And the worst part is, you think about, like, you made a Beatles reference. You think about that, like, even in the Beatles craze and stuff. I don't remember thinking, like, and a bunch of women saw the Beatles, and once they left, the women then burned down the city because they saw the Beatles.
60,000 women filled Met Stadium to watch the Beatles at Shea Stadium today, and afterwards curb stomped 8 babies, killed 3 puppies, mutilated 3 women's genitals, and burned 18 SUVs. More on this in a moment.
13% of the Beatles fans are responsible for 50% of the Beatles outrage.
A Barack Obama rally got out of hand today when the 13,000 people in attendance all started knifing the shit out of each other. Like, say what you want about a Trump rally or when Obama was president or the Beatles or anything else. Yeah, they never started destroying property, disrupting traffic, beating people, you know, things like that.
I love the human examples we have here. Such great people. I'm so hopeful for the future when I see our young people today. Like, I didn't get my PlayStation, burn it down. Like, oh, because that's going to help.
We can take a look. You know, the older generation can always say the younger generation's a piece of shit. So, okay, let's not do that. Let's take young generation versus young generation and see if it's gotten worse. It has. You have to admit that it's gotten a lot worse. I mean, look at this. This is all because they were promised a PS5. For God's sake. I mean, at the Beatles show, the only property damage done was measured in broken hymens. That was it. It was just girls getting all wet and fucking for the first time at the Beatles show. That was all. Crooked dicks from bad first-time hand jobs. That was all you got from the Beatles show. Now you can measure the damage in millions of dollars. When you see a scene like this, one of 2 things happened. A shitty Twitch streamer offered a PlayStation or a cop shot an unarmed black guy. One of the 2 things happened here.
Either way, we all lose.
Right. Either way, nobody's getting a PlayStation.
Union Square creating chaos.
$100 gift cards all here, bro. We gonna go crazy for New York, man.
After Cenat told his millions of followers on live streaming platform Twitch Friday that he would give away video game consoles and gift cards.
Children cannot get their values, their beliefs from social media.
No, they're supposed to get them from their fathers.
And their parents, but let's not talk about why that's not happening as much in some of these communities.
Isn't it funny when it like stares them right in the face and it's just, you know, you're watching it and you go, it doesn't even factor into my brain that they might say that. I know they won't. But it's like, they can't get their values from social media. Yeah, they can't get them from single moms either because those are pieces of shit too. Like, you got to understand these kids. I'll defend these kids for a second. The models they have, most of them, for their morality is either social media, dog shit, or single moms, dog shit. These kids don't have a good option to turn to when it comes to a good example. These kids were fucked from Jump Street, is what I'm saying.
Today, New York City Mayor Eric Adams saying he believes outside agitators inflamed the situation.
You don't come to get free Game Boys and bring smoke bombs.
You don't come to get free Game Boys and Nintendos and cathode tube TVs.
We are not here to be giving away ColecoVisions until our city burns down. So take your Intellivision and your Ataris and go back from whence you came. You know what's funny about all these cities when this bad shit happens? It's never the people in their city.
It's never the people or any of the people responsible for raising those people. It's always this weird outside agitator that came in.
These outside agitators. It's just every city leaves New York City alone until something like this happens. And then they all, Philadelphia, Delaware, all these people. That's what that riot looked like. A lot of people coming down from Dover. and just causing all kinds of problems.
We have
Coming up from
and
Delaware.
hints being thrown by the crowd.
People also hurling bottles, climbing onto subway entrances and statues.
Honestly, the last time I saw something like this, it was immediately followed by little bird strafing runs in Mogadishu.
I mean, the last time I saw something like this, it was followed by, again, these are just mostly peaceful protests. This is a just mostly peaceful protest. People are upset. This is a horrible situation. We've all seen the footage. It's a peaceful protest.
There's only two things that can cause a scene like this, and it's Kai Cenat giving away PlayStations or Orlando Bloom falling out of a Black Hawk helicopter. Those are the only two things that could cause a scene like this. Oh, I mean, if Eric Bana could just get here with his night vision goggles, I think we'd be all right.
Jumping on cars and setting off fireworks. Some even hanging onto this SUV, several falling off.
I want to watch that guy fall on his head 500 times.
Several falling off.
Stupid.
This Uber
By the way, I want to pause something real quick right after we watch that kid fall down again.
several falling off.
How the fuck was she able to just stroll around?
One of these things is not like the others. I feel like you stand out a bit.
You know what this is? This is proof that there's time travel. She's in one of those time travel bubbles that they talk about. Like in the future, we actually made one. And she's in the time travel bubble where she can just go back in time and watch this.
Yeah, but then we're seeing it going. I feel like there'd be some way that the bubble would obscure you from because again, nobody else is reacting to her, and the rest of us like, does no one see her just strolling through the carnage?
This proves that video games have killed young men's libido. I mean, this woman is walking through a bunch of angry rioters, and they're only looking out for the PlayStation 5. What the shit, guys? Get it together.
This Uber
As she's actually walking around to everyone. This is how she's keeping herself safe. She's walking around to all the rioters going, I have a dick. 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 Like,
One question before we keep going with the footage. Are any of us surprised the guy on the left is there hoping for a free game console?
Why, Johnny, whatever do you mean?
I have no idea.
driver's window completely smashed. He says police pulled him out of the car.
They said, leave everything, get the hell out of here, otherwise they're going to kill someone here today.
The NYPD says some officers were crushed, pushed, and hit with objects, dressed in riot gear as they struggled to control the massive crowd.
They're dressed in riot gear because a bunch of teenagers wanted a free PlayStation and started smashing the shit out of the place. It's just... And again, the only thing you hear me complaining about is this guy's fucking numbers. I'm way more entertaining than Kai Cenat. Way more entertaining than Hasan Piker. Smarter, too.
I want to go back and watch that footage. Where was Ray Epps? Where was Ray Epps?
We need to go to Union Square, and we need to smash up some cars.
Authorities arresting more than 60 people.
An NYPD official.
There was more damage done to property and more people hurt in this than there were on January 6th.
Right, but this wasn't a horrible, destruction of democracy. This was just a guy going, hey, I got PlayStation 5s. I got gift cards. We're showing up for our people.
Yeah, plus, the January 6th was compared to the Civil War, whereas the Civil War actually led to this one. I'm just saying, as Joe Diffie once said, cause and effect, chain of events, all of this chaos makes perfect sense. When you're spinning around, things come undone. Welcome to
I'm just
Earth.
saying the South will rise again because, there's a PlayStation in it.
We've witnessed all the glory of the... We've washed ourselves in PlayStations and all...
tells us that they do believe Cenat was planning on handing out a few PlayStation.
We're taking down the Twitch machine by
PlayStation 5s, and police say a lot of this could have been avoided if he had just contacted them ahead of time. We've reached out to his team for comment. We haven't heard back yet. Rena Roy, ABC
you're
News.
telling me a Twitch streamer didn't bother to check with anybody before he just fired from the hip and did something. Just like, oh, I'm sure this will all work out.
Kai Cenat is the new shock jock. This is Bubba the Love Sponge murdering a pig in a parking lot.
What's the dude that had the concert that everyone got trampled at that he got in trouble for?
Oh, Travis Scott.
Yeah. This is literally the new Travis Scott.
And I never thought I'd defend Travis Scott. At least he's talented.
And at least he kind of put someone together like, hey, we should probably do something about this in case people get crazy.
Yeah. But he had to pay all the acts, and then he paid security last, and he went, we're going to have to kind of make it tight on security. Oh, famous last words.
But I mean, how would you ever know if you're a Twitch streamer that people might freak out, overreact, or anything? I mean, you only interact with them through a chat where they all behave themselves.
How was I supposed to know through a stream chat that these guys were going to behave like animals?
Well, just a few hours ago, Kai Cenat issued this statement through his team. Yesterday, members of AMP hope to create a positive experience for fans and give back as a show of appreciation for their support.
Okay.
We've hosted fan meetups and video shoots in the past, but we've never experienced anything at the scale of what took place yesterday. We recognize that our audience and influence are growing, and with that comes greater responsibility. We are deeply disheartened by the outbreak of disorderly conduct that affected innocent people and businesses and do not condone that behavior. We apologize to all of those impacted. We are fully cooperating with local authority.
I want to point out that his lawyer had that written 2 years ago because he knew some dumb shit like this was going to happen somewhere. And he's like, all right, you know what? Go ahead. Dust off the apology.
So your team is very sorry to have seen this happen. Your team didn't think about this before you began.
Yeah. Your team didn't give any thought to whether or not this was poorly put together. Okay. Let's get to a few people here. $4.99 from the Front Porch Conservative says, come on, gang. Let's get this thing under 200 before the top of the next hour. Let's make this happen. Do it, people. Oh, well, thank you, buddy. Also, $10 coming in from John Jamingo and also from Scarface. That puts us at 270. So we could get there by the end of the hour. Thanks, guys. John Jamingo with $10 says, happy anniversary, you mid-talented morning show. I know. I'm not saying I'm the most talented guy in the world. I'm just saying compared to these assholes, I'm far more entertaining.
Better than that.
And I can't get a fraction of the audience. Hobo Chili with $2 says, so you jingle something shiny to the... Here, I'm going to read Hobo's Rumble rant as YouTube friendly. Now, Rumble Friday, I could read this. But as YouTube friendly, here we go. So you jingle something shiny to these children and watch them lose their shit like the godless we know they are. Whatever the hell influencer is CIA, it's all rigged. Gotta be CIA. Otherwise, if he's not a CIA-influenced guy, then that means that people are just naturally this fucking stupid and their level for entertainment threshold is that low. And look,
That's
I know
what I'm going with.
Look, I know both of those are possible. And that's what freaks me out. Is the fact that both of those are completely plausible in this situation.
Whereas I'm just applying to the CIA. It's like, fuck it, I got to get that corporate squeeze. Here we go.
Scarface with $10 over on PayPal says Jamie Foxx forced Holocaust Museum tour coming soon. Yeah, they make you do that too. When you say something they think is offensive, they make you go to the Holocaust Museum, which I always thought was stupid because it's like they know it was bad. Like
yeah, and if you make me do something and I'm like against it, that's where I kind of end up being a dick and I end up like going on the other way of it. So it's like, oh, we need you to go to the Holocaust Museum so you understand how you were wrong. And then I come away from that and I'm like, we could have fit more in there.
Oh, is that? I didn't know that's where you went. See, I thought when you had to apologize, when they asked you to apologize for shit like that, you just did this.
Kleines Blümelein und das heißt
Oh no! Oh no! Oh Jesus! Oh, how great would it have been if for that Union Square rally, you would have played Erica for them, and they would have went, "Yo, dog, this shit is dope to march to."
They start playing that on one of the giant TV screens they have around there, and then the dude that gets out is like, "Oh, we're gonna give away." Oh shit, she's singing Erica, dog. Damn.
Oh shit, yo. What? No way. Yo, here we go. Yo, we gonna go to Union Square and get PlayStations. We need some music. We need a jam, yo. Yeah.
Blüht ein kleines Blümelein und das heißt Erika.
Ironically, they were smashing Volkswagens. How great to watch a bunch of black people just rioting in the streets of New York and a fucking German military marching song is playing.
A lot of them were wearing Adidas.
That's true. A lot of Adidas there. Yo, we gonna get those PlayStations, motherfucker. We smash enough cars. We're gonna be able to get that shit. Erica! That's right, motherfuckers. We coming. We coming like a blitzkrieg, motherfucker. We got them shits. Oh, if only we would have known about that earlier. We could have gotten a strike way early.
I feel like that lady should just be like leading every protest from now on with that song.
I know.
Just have her on some sort of podium, because I think like people will be like, I don't know if I'm for this, but then when she starts leaning in and starts slapping like the table, and she's like, no, you know what? We should be at least as committed as this little chick is. Let's do this thing.
Every protest from now on. Police have shot an unarmed black man in downtown Minneapolis this evening. We go now to the live coverage of the rally. What the fuck? What the hell is going on down there? Do they not know where this comes from? There's an AutoZone on fire. What the fuck? Jesus. Oh my God. They're looting Walmarts and Targets. What?
All right. The man's name was Eric. It's a little bit of a shoehorn, but I understand. All right. So apparently they're just using it.
Eric Adams is like, yo, they singing about me. No. Erica is better than Gloria, one person says. It's very catchy. It is a catchy song. The Germans actually did everything better than us. Like, they had catchier songs. They had better, they were more well-dressed in the uniform department. What?
The Germans did everything better than us. They got higher numbers.
Higher kill count.
What's your metric for better? You literally said they did everything better than us. I feel like we were better in a couple of columns.
All right, what's a better song, Erica or Over There?
All right, that's fair, but my point is you're
just
saying
they didn't do
did
everything better. All right, they didn't see it through the way we did. I mean...
Who got to the moon, Aaron? Who got to the fucking moon?
Well, the Nazis did. I love how after...
Whose flag were they wearing at the time?
Oh, that's true. You know what? That's fair enough. Ironically, when you watch Man in the High Castle, you realize this is just Germany's Operation Paperclip.
Or what was the name of it in Marvel when they ended up absorbing Hydra? Just oops.
Oh, S.H.I.E.L.D. when Hydra absorbs S.H.I.E.L.D. Or S.H.I.E.L.D. absorbs Hydra or whatever, and then Hydra takes over. Whoopsie daisy. I speak German. The lyrics mention something about having insurance and not doing anything wrong. Oh, well, that's very moral. They're saying Over There is World War I. Yeah, but wasn't Erica a World War I song as well? Someone
was saying that in the chat earlier.
The German song Erica made? I think that's a world... Oh, no. Often the date is given about 1931. Okay, well, then that's a 100% Nazi song. Fuck. Balls Deep says, who went to Antarctica? Also Germany. Look, we did take a few of their people and put them in serious positions of power. How ironic that America stopped being America after World War II, and we basically became a country. We became a Nazi-Jew mix. Who would have saw that coming? All right. After the war, could you imagine? Like Truman's like, all right, I know you two don't like each other, but you both, I know tensions are running high right now, but I have to let you know that we're going to need you two to work together if we're going to beat those dirty, filthy communists. And the Jews were like, a good portion of us are communists, right? Look, we just need you to get us to the moon. That's all. Okay.
Look, it's very simple. We're going to take the ingenuity of you guys, and we're going to take the investment power of you guys and put them together.
Yeah, we're going to marry them. Amy Staley says, I still got to finish Man in the High Castle. If you mean the last season, I mean, good luck, I suppose. Good luck is all I'll say. Okay, let's go to the Hasan Piker's take on this Kai Cenat thing. So, big riot, property damage, stores being ripped off, people being looted. Absolute pandemonium, absolute chaos. I hate Hasan Piker. I think he's fucking tragically awful. But let's give him a chance. He is the worst kind of commie because he's a multi-millionaire communist who doesn't understand what the hell he believes and is remarkably full of confidence for no reason at all. I mean, when your political guiding light growing up is Cenk Uygur, you got no chance.
Well, your point more accurately is he's a communist who's got. So give all of that money to all of the people. Again, spread that wealth out. You're not really being a good communist by keeping it all for you, man. It should be everybody's money.
He wears
the people's money.
He wears anti-fascist T-shirts in front of $3 million homes. I mean, yeah. And you know what's funny about all these champagne commies is they all have an excuse as to why it's okay for them. Communism, you have to be a dipshit young person to believe in socialism or communism because A, all the people on top keep all the money and they keep you poor, but you somehow find a way to forgive that and make it okay. And then the other thing is you're falling in with an ideology that cannot win on its own. It has to find something good like a parasite to latch onto. Destroy that and make it so bad that then you might consider their idea. I mean, imagine if it were that way for anything else. Imagine if banks who did refis had to burn down your house and alter the terms of your loan in order to get you to consider refinancing. I mean, if you take a refinance on your house because it's financially advantageous to you. Same thing with changing governments or having revolutions, is you're like, well, this is better than what we got. If the first step of your revolution is take the thing that's clearly better than us and just try to sandbag the shit out of it so we can take over, that's a bad ideology.
I'd really like to get this new car. Hey, what are you doing to my car? You're going to really want a new car now because your windows and your taillights just took a dump.
Oh, I should have never parked at Union Square. Shit.
This is why I never buy Kia.
So here is maybe the worst take. And again, I don't know how this guy makes money. I don't know how he has an audience. And we're struggling to get to 700 people this morning. It bothers me.
Thank you. Gave him a boost. That's how.
It annoys me. Let's check it out. Here's his hot take on the Kai Cenat thing.
And his whole kiosk was ransacked. All the
first of all, he doesn't talk. He's just watching it and eating.
Off of it. And he was saying that he was injured because he was trying to stop the kids, and they hit his head, his neck, his back. The gentleman is in his 60s.
What about his pussy and his crack? Were those two left alone? But he's honestly...
I really love seeing people like this. Just I'm sitting here laughing and like, I want to see you do a real job because I love doing this, but I also have worked a real job.
Right.
So I just...
And shit like this, with a guy like Hasan Piker, like you're just you're watching it. You're not even doing commentary. You're not even doing it. You're just watching the thing. If I don't pause shit and comment on it, at least inside of 30 seconds... I'm just being lazy. I'm just killing time and wasting my audience's time. You can just go watch the news clip if that's the case.
I've tried to space myself a bit more because I've realized I get too pausey and too like I've got to interject. And like now I've learned to like maybe start spacing it a bit. But yeah, how can anyone sit here just like I want to watch this froey haired fuzzy dude just again, he doesn't even, it looks like the laziest thing in the world, like a pothead sitting at home eating ramen. Who cares?
Yeah, and he's just sitting there eating on stream, which I think is, nobody should watch that. Like, you should punish people for being unprofessional, but they don't.
He was talking to EMTs that were there and
Right,
talking
take a
to
big bite.
the police that were there, giving them a report of what happened. But a totally just innocent victim in all this. That he was just doing his job, going about his day, and his business got ransacked.
God just doesn't give a shit about his audience.
Where we are here, it does that.
Chow down. No, chow down. Go ahead.
In that sense, and from my perspective, that's.
I fucking despise local media, dude. There you go.
You're so much better.
Oh, wow. Thank for your hot. I fucking despise local media, dude. Your chat is literally entertaining themselves.
Yeah.
Like, I was watching the chat go through that. I couldn't even keep up with it. Yeah. But again, your chat, literally, those people are typing and responding entirely to themselves because what you're providing is, I fucking despise local media, dude.
Despise local media, dude. Yeah, he's getting a little too old to do, like, the teenage angst thing, too. I fucking despise local media. I fucking hate mom and dad. They can't tell me what to do. They told me to clean my room the other day. I told them to go fuck themselves. Yeah. That's what most socialist and communism is. Like, early in life, up to your early 20s. It's the synthetic rebellion against mommy and daddy.
It's a bunch of people who've had their lives paid for all their life going, I don't understand why people just can't have everything. It's like, yeah, because you've never had to earn anything.
They gotten everything paid for, and they go, why can't it just be like this all the time?
Oh, there is no better representation of how dog water local media is and how much they exacerbate, like, narratives that you see on Fox News. What role they...
What the fuck are you talking about? Hasan, you're literally watching a riot in real time. Look, I think the local news can be shitty too, but I think it's more like the stories they cover and stuff like that and the cowardice in general that they have. But like, this was a newsworthy thing that happened in Union Square. It's worth covering. There's thousands of people rioting and breaking shit and destroying property. And then wait till you see what he says about the vendor, the street vendor, who was like, yeah, they beat the shit out of me. They scared me. They ransacked my truck. Listen to his take on this and tell me if Hasan's out of touch or not.
Play in the boomer reactionary pipeline. Local media talking about $3 worth of fucking Doritos. Like, there was a bank run or some shit.
No, a bank run is more organized than this. People they stand in lines. They wait nicely. And they try to withdraw their money. These people, first of all, let's go at number one. They're blocking the street, so commerce is shut down. They're wrecking property, and they're beating people up.
And by the way, we're not talking about $3 worth of Doritos. We're talking about that guy's entire cart and or livelihood.
Right.
A better expense. There wasn't a bank run. Yeah, if a bank run meant that they went in and just destroyed the building brick and mortar from top to bottom, just, on a Tuesday on a whim.
It would be a news story, yeah.
$3 on $3 of Doritos. Again, proving you have no idea. $3 is not even a bag of Doritos. So again, money value, might want to figure that one out.
And also, what a prick. That's that guy's whole life. That truck.
And he got the shit kicked out of him.
Yeah. But no, you got to just let this shit happen. That is like communism, socialism 101. Oh, you got to let the proletariat, you got to let the people just riot and let off steam. No. This will always be a yin and yang to people like me and Hasan. No, you fucking order is what's called for here. Restoring order by any means necessary is what's necessary here. I'm not living in a society where it's okay to just block the streets, beat people, and destroy property. I want that met with violence. I do. I want that put down violently.
Yeah, I for me, like, this is the thing I'm most pissed about is, again, January 6th, all this other stuff, the things in France. We see all these times where the cops are like, we got to use tear gas and, beanbag rounds or whatever. Why was none of that deployed here?
Right. And when it comes to January 6th, people like Hasan will act like it's the worst thing that ever happened. Oh, my God, it's so terrible. It's nasty. It's awful. But then when it comes to this, it's like, oh, it's just a $3 bag of Doritos, man.
You got to let these people express their outrage. Oh, but you can't let people do that over election interference. Weird.
Like, also want to fucking make it seem like, this is a riot that was completely out of control.
As it's smoking and there's people running all over the place smashing shit. Hasan, this is a dog shit take. And I'll tell you why I love you, Hasan. You're never going to back down from this one.
I covered this while it was happening, and even in just the aftermath. No, I'm sorry, that was a fucking riot.
Yes.
They were covering it later, like, and now the police are finally starting to have the scene under order, and it was literally people everywhere. There was stuff everywhere. You could tell that shit had happened. Like, all right, we're finally starting to some semblance of order. They still have the train just blowing through the 3 stations in the area. Like, that's right. It's not a riot. You just can't use public transit right now.
Right.
Sorry.
We just have to shut down parts of the city. It's not a riot, though. Hot take, Hasan? Is that it?
It's tragedy porn met with also like black unruly teenagers. Look at that.
That's the end of the clip. Well, yeah, I mean, look, Hasan, I'm sorry that a camera was on and it caught what happened. He's like, oh, it's just terror porn, and then the narrative of black people, being crazy and violent and out of control. Well, no, that's not what that wasn't the narrative.
Enough about your lunch. Let's talk about the video that we're looking at.
But like that's not the narrative they were even putting out there. As a matter of fact, Hasan, I would put forth that the media actively stays away from pointing that part out because it's remarkably uncomfortable. But Hasan, you can't get mad because cameras were on and it caught what happened. I'm sorry. Thomas Canavan says, give the mob a whiff of grape. Yeah, as Napoleon said, a whiff of grape shot. Of course, how Napoleon put down riots in Paris back in the late 1700s was he would fill a cannon full of basically little lead balls, and he would fire artillery at the fucking crowd.
So yeah,
you go home. You go home pretty quick when the grape shot comes out.
You got to pick the balls out of your skin.
He's sitting there. Oh, wait. Oh, that one. You know what? That one was keeping that artery plugged. Oh, we're in trouble here. I probably should have stayed home today. Kate Gollum says this is the same guy who went into a panic meltdown when a single fan approached him in a restaurant and gave him a compliment. I'm sure he'd do great in the middle of a mob getting out of control. Yeah, Hasan, there was one guy who came over to him, and the guy was streaming, and he goes, oh, man, I'm just a big fan of yours, and my chat wanted me to stream snipe you, so, I just wanted to say, hey, whatever. And Hasan starts panicking and goes like, we got to get out of here. We got to get an Uber. And like his friends weren't done eating, and they were eating barbecue or whatever. He's like, we got to go. You can eat that in the car. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, I heard you playing that while the show was getting ready. And the funny part about it is that guy is a classic example of just, one of these like schizophrenic people that doesn't ever get outside. Like, right, because he's the one freaking out and really being weird about this.
Yeah, at human interaction. He was freaking out about human interaction. I believe Marie Antoinette said, let them eat cake. But you could be right. Consider believes that Marie Antoinette once said, let them eat cock. I'm not positive about that.
Look, if she wants to, I'm not going to stop her. All right?
Marley Analytics says, Hasan is the type of person who would have gone to the USSR in 1980 and talk about how amazing it was there and how privileged everyone was. Oh, yeah, he would have been a great propagandist for the Soviet Union. For sure.
Oh, yeah.